Hi everybody, Kelly Jacobs, Head of Customer Experience and Conversion for Iceberg Digital. Today we're going to talk about the listings and leads training. Let's get started. So this video will go through the following bits of information: how to add a market appraisal appointment, how to convert that appointment over to a market appraisal and send out the market appraisal, how to convert a market appraisal to an instruction and ready the property to make available and publish to the portals, how to manage your leads and adding applicants manually into Lifecycle, property matching and our heads up alerts, working with viewings, working with offers, and sales progression to completion. Let's dive into Lifecycle now. So I've logged into Lifecycle, and this is your dashboard where you'll log in. To add a market appraisal appointment, which is where we're starting, is the calendar. You will choose a day, you will choose a time, and then you choose MA appointment. In the market appraisal appointment, all of this is not client facing right here up at the top. You can make any edits as necessary. When you add in a contact, as you type out their name, Lifecycle will suggest anyone that comes close. If the person is the one you're talking to, you can choose their name and it will automatically fill in their information for you. Something to keep in mind when adding contacts to Lifecycle is that 1, email addresses are the qualifying field, meaning that's how we identify that this Kelly Jacobs is the person you're looking to speak with. An email address must be unique. 2, a contact must either have an email address or a mobile number. And 3, add in contacts separately. No more Mr. and Mrs. for one contact. Every contact should have an email address or a mobile number. So you add in Mr. with an email address and Mrs. with an email address or mobile number. And once you've entered in their information, down below, when you enter in their postcode and click Find, a list of addresses will appear. You can make changes to the address down below if you need to, but please keep this professional as it goes on their market appraisal presentation. Click on Save Contact, and now you'll add a new contact for the secondary or third contact. When in property details, you can choose the MA type of sales or lettings. This cannot be edited later. You add in all of the information, click on Same as Correspondence to pull the address from over here, and add in the bedrooms, bathrooms, receptions. Over on the right-hand side are the discovery questions, and in the discovery questions, you can answer anything you'd like. Don't treat it like a tick list. It is just a rapport building question that allows your valuers to customize their presentation. Lifecycle is fully accessible on a mobile phone as well as a tablet, so no more carrying around piles of paper. You can open up Lifecycle, see this information, and then cater your presentation to the client. Well, now we're going to click on Create Appointment, and it will bring you to the appointment screen. Now in the appointment screen, you can make any edits as necessary to any of the information, or you can click on the 3 dots and choose Edit to edit the entire appointment. In the 3 dots is also your ability to send out a confirmation email for the appointment, to create the market appraisal, which is what you do after you've done the appointment, or to cancel the appointment. Canceled appointments cannot simply be rescheduled. You'll need to start from the calendar and start again if you've canceled. This is because we like to keep track of all of those canceled appointments. It's important to know you've booked in 10 appointments with one person and they've canceled all of them. At this point, we're going to pretend that we've sent out the confirmation and we're going to pretend that we've been to the appointment. We'll click on Create Appraisal. Convert that to a market appraisal. Once you do, you won't be able to send out that confirmation email or edit the time of the appointment. Now, you're in the MA, and down below is your appointment screen, which now you can only edit the appointment. You cannot take any other action. And beneath that is your market appraisal. Presentation. It's time to build that presentation now. Now, all of this information in here can be edited on a case-by-case basis. Most comes over as a default by your company owner. The only required information that you need to add is under valuation info. You must have a price, you must have a fee type, and you must have a fee quote. You can then click on save, and now you want to build the presentation or build the market appraisal website that they will visit when they click on the link. So click on. You can then come over to the three dots and preview this presentation to see if it's what you want it to say. You can also send a quick email, an SMS, or edit and send an email and SMS. Sending the quick sends the default text, and editing and sending allows you to make changes on a case-by-case basis. You then will send out that appointment and information. Let's check back in on the tick list to see what we've gone over. So at this point in our video, we've gone over adding an appointment, converting it to a market appraisal, and sending out that market appraisal. Now, when someone clicks on the button to instruct you, they will come over as instructed us. And when they instruct you, you'll be able to convert it to an instruction. Let's talk about statuses really quickly in Lifecycle. Up here at the top is the status of your market appraisal. When a market appraisal has been sent, it changes to proposal sent. And that person will then go on a nurture journey, receiving emails about getting their house on the market or anything your company owner desires. At this point, they've called you to instruct. So we're going to say they instructed us and update that status. You can change the date and add a note, and that status will then come in here. If you make a mistake and need to revert a status back, you can click on the little reverse status button, put in a note, and click on revert. That will then remove this current status of proposal not sent and move it back to appointment booked, or the previous status that's there. So we're going to change the status to instructed us. You'll now see that status up here. And at this point, we want to make available the property. So add all of the information in about the property to build your advert and all of your information so that it goes on your search page, as well as being able to publish it to the portals if you decide to. So we're going to click on this little button again, and at this point, we're going to choose to convert to instruction. When we click on convert to instruction, we're now going to add in the details. So we'll click on details. Down below are all of the details from your market appraisal. You have the ability to edit these details as needed, but in here you've got your tenant that you can add a tenant if they are in that property. Also, the property info is here for you to change the price, the fee, etc. Don't forget to click save on every single section. That way you can get this information updated. At this point, we're going to add in property features. I'm going to take a few minutes to do so now. You can add up to 10 of these features and then click save. Now we'll want to build the advert. This is the advert that shows up on the search page as well as your portal. So you have a heading, your summary, and now you can add in the information of the advert itself, so your description. Again, click on save. And now we're going to jump into media to add your pictures, your floor plans, EPC graphs, and more. So go to media. Here you can drag and drop, or you can click to add files manually. In Lifecycle, it doesn't matter which order you put photos or images in, any sort of files in. You can click and drag to change the order of those files. I'm going to add in a floor plan and a brochure. For your brochure, this is a PDF. Click on that and add your brochure. Now you can add EPC graphs, private documents, media documents the same way. Down at the bottom is your add media link. You are now able to name a media link, put in the type, whether it's a virtual tour, video, or other, and then copy and paste the link in. I'm just going to choose any link for now. Click Save, and click Save, and this has updated all of the information. At this point, we'll click on Overview, and you'll be able to see any of this information. Make sure it looks okay before you make it available. Now, when you bring over an instruction or convert it over to an instruction, Lifecycle automatically puts it into on hold so that you can add these details without that property becoming available right away. To make it available, click on the button to change the status, and then change the status to available. Once you change that status to available, Lifecycle will automatically search all of your search profiles, which are saved criteria that your buyer or tenant has set up, and if it matches them to a percentage, it will email them automatically saying you have another property to view, and they can review it and book in a viewing if they need to. Now at this point, it has been made available, and down below you'll see the ability to share to the portals. Make sure you set that up with the portals before you click on share, and we have help documents to get you sorted on that. All right, so down below we've made a property live. It's on the system. Let's take a look at what the property page, search page, looks like for you. This is your property search page. On here, you can make searches just like any other search page would have, but you have the added bonus of setting up heads-up property alerts. So your contact could come in, click on that, and they'll be able to read this little bit of information about what happens. When they set this up, that's when the property matching will happen. So let's set one up. Click on Looking to Buy, and I'm going to add in a name. Click to confirm that it's okay for us to contact you, and click Save. Now we'll enter in what I'm interested in, a property, and any property notifications for. So first, you can enter in just a school, or you can enter in like a road, Dumpton Park Road. I'm going to say within 3 miles of that. And then I also want to be near my favorite pub. And I want to be within 5 miles of that. And as you do that, you'll see these property numbers change. And that's how many properties you're being matched with. You can then further limit what you're looking for. I'm only looking for semi-detached, detached, or a flat. Down below, I can choose the minimum, maximum price, bedrooms, etc. So I'm going to put in a price now, max price, and I'm going to say minimum bedroom of 2. And again, as I'm entering this information, you'll see the properties change. Over here on the right hand side, there's no longer a need for you to have an uncomfortable conversation asking these questions. They can answer these questions right here. So why are you looking to buy? I'm going to downsize. How soon are you looking to move? In the next 1 to 2 months. Have I arranged a solicitor? No, not yet. How did I hear about you? I noticed your office. Down below, this information is required. Do you need to sell the property you're currently living in? Yes, I have a property to sell, but it's not yet on the market. And I do require a mortgage, and I haven't arranged it yet. Once I've answered these questions, I can click on Register. Tells you you've been successfully registered, and then brings you to the list of the properties that match your search criteria. In here, you'll see you're logged in as this particular person. And when you click on this, you can see the different search criteria. You can even turn on and off your search so that you no longer receive those property matching. And you create a second one, so you can have one for your home and one for an investment property. Beneath that are all of the properties. And I'm going to take a look at this property. When I look at this, there's some magic that happens in Lifecycle. Let's jump in now. So we're back in Lifecycle now. Let's jump into our contacts, and I'm going to look for Colin Firth. Now what you're going to see is that there's two Colin Firths, one down here, Mr. Colin Firth, and the other here. Now this one is the one we just added, and the reason I can tell is because of that email address. I put a 1 at the end, whereas the other email address was different. So that's how you can identify the different contacts that we talked about earlier with those different email addresses. In here, you can click on Search Profile, and within the search profile are all of the properties that have been matched to them. You'll see the criteria over on the left, and if they had multiple search profiles, they'd be listed here. In here, you can click on Matched Properties, and you'll see all of the properties that match their search. Now, the magic that I was speaking about is potential viewings. So I matched all those properties, but I only viewed this one. Seems like I'm interested, and at that point, you would want to reach out and see if you could book a viewing. Right now, let's look at how to manually add a contact into the system. That way, if somebody calls you or walks into your office, you can register them. So we're going to again go to Contacts, and you can click on Add New Contact. In here, you'll add in their information and click Save. It will automatically bring you into the contact profile, and then you can create a search profile if you need to. Again, I'm going to go into Colin Firth and come into the search profile. Let's talk about viewings now. So to book a viewing, come to your matched properties and choose the property, and then book a viewing by clicking on the 3 dots and choosing Book a Viewing. At this point, you put in the date and the time of the viewing. We're going to do this twice, so don't worry. We're going to put one here, and we'll choose a day and then a time, and then choose that it was an accompanied viewing. In the bottom of this screen, you'll see vendor has been confirmed, applicant has been confirmed, and if there is a tenant on the property, then the tenant button would appear as well. This is so that you can know that the confirmation of that viewing has been completed. You click on Create, and the viewing has been created. Now, we'll go into Viewings, and you'll see that viewing has been done. This viewing has been booked in the past, so it requires feedback. We're going to book one in the future. Choose a different day. We're going to choose tomorrow. And we're going to click on Create. Oh, forgot the accompanied or not accompanied. And then click Create. As you can tell, when you make a mistake, Lifecycle tells you what it is and you can fix that. Now, when you click on Viewings, you'll see both of those viewings there. Lifecycle also keeps track of whether or not they've seen the property multiple times, first viewing, second viewing, and so on. You'll see here this upcoming viewing. You can send out a confirmation, and this will send an email confirmation to everyone saying this viewing is happening. Once you've gone to the viewing, or they've had the viewing, at 8 a.m. the next morning, we automatically send out an email requesting the viewing feedback. Once that viewing feedback has been recorded, it will be in here and it will say requires reporting. If you need to manually add in viewing feedback, you can do so. You can request the feedback from the client or from the potential applicant. And you can also record feedback manually if you're on the phone with them. So you come in here, you choose whether or not the price was okay, what they think of the condition, whether or not they're likely to book in for another viewing, and would they like to make an offer, add any details in here, and then click Submit. Again, once you click submit, you'll see in here that it requires reporting. You click on the 3 dots and you are able to report that feedback, which opens up an email so that you can put your own interpretation of that feedback in and send it. Let's check back in with our tick list now. So at this point, we've converted it to an instruction. We've readied that property to make available and publish. We added an applicant, and we're going to talk about leads in a moment. We've talked about property matching and heads up alerts, and we've done a viewing. So let's look at offers. Back into Lifecycle now. We're on the viewings page, and here you can click on the 3 dots to record a new offer. Once you've recorded that offer, clicked on that button to record that offer, you put in the offer amount, choose whether or not it's proceedable, and then click save. The offer has then been created, and you can see this in offers. In offers, you'll see that it's set up to a status of pending. Once it's been accepted, it will change to that status of accepted. Click on the 3 dots, and let's say we want to send an email to the applicants or to the vendor to talk about that particular offer. After we send out that email, once the offer has been decided on, we click on detail. In here, you can record the decision. You can choose offer accepted, rejected, or withdrawn. We're going to say accepted today. If you click on this button, it will automatically update the property to SSTC, which will update the portals as well as your search page. And would you like to automatically reject the other offers? This updates all of the other offers to the status of rejected. You can then reach out to them and let them know that the offer has been rejected. Click save, and that offer will be as the status of accepted. In here, we also have a sales progression. So you can go to operations and go to sales progression to view your property chain as well as other information. So in here, you can see Miss Collinforth is here, and we're going to go into the detail. Up at the top, you have your property chain. In the property chain, you can click on the 3 dots and add another property to that chain. Add the address, price, estate agent, and etc., and click add, and that will add that property to the chain. Down below on the left hand side, you have all of your important dates. You can add these in as needed. And on the left hand side, you can add in your predicted exchange rate as well as your actual exchange date, and in there it will provide a countdown for you. So you'll see the days to completion. Anything that you need to add a note for, you can add right here. Click add, and the note is put down here. You can then either fall through the offer or click on memorandum of sale. We'll click on fall through offer first. In here, the offer fell through, add a note, and change the status to available, which will again match all of the buyers that are in the system to that and their search criteria to that property, and automatically email out that property if it matches them to a percentage. You then get to change that status and click save, and that will fall through that offer. We're going to click on memorandum of sale next. In the memorandum of sale, you can add the information. So here's all the solicitor information, property information, and click save. At that point, you can send the memorandum of sale to all people involved, or you can click on the 3 dots to send the mail to just the purchaser, just the vendor, or just one of the solicitors. That's the memorandum of sale all the way through to completion. Let's go back into I'm going to give you a little tidbit, so let's go back into operations. You also have outstanding offers. These are all of your pending offers that need a decision. So it's a good place to go to chase those up. Next, you've got your viewing awaiting feedback, and this is the same screen as the offer screen, only this shows you all of your viewing that requires requesting that feedback, recording that feedback, or reporting that feedback. And you can click on those three dots right here and either report the feedback or request the feedback or record the feedback, whatever you need to do. All right, so let's go back to our tick list again. And we just did working with offers and sales to completion. The final bit I wanted to go over is leads. So let's take a quick look at leads. Anytime someone shows interest in a property on Rightmove, Zoopla, on the market, or on your search page, so they send in an inquiry, they come into Lifecycle, and they automatically receive an email encouraging them to register on that page, on the search page for those heads up property alerts. But they also come in here and you can see all of your leads here. When you click on any one of these, it brings you into the inbox with the added filter of Lifecycle 2, for example, or just Rightmove. So you just see those particular leads from that particular portal. If you wanted to see all of your leads, you'll click on Leads on the left-hand side and then choose Leads. In Leads, you'll see all of your leads that have come into the system, all the inquiries. And over here is your inbox. And I do want you to think about it as an inbox because each of these folders have leads in them from different, at different stages. So my leads are the leads that have been assigned to you. In progress leads are leads that have been assigned to anyone in the company and have not been closed. This is why you would close a lead. So we'll click on the three dots and then go close lead, and it gives you these reasons as to why you would close a lead. You can also choose other and add in a note, and this will go on the timeline in the contact detail. Flag leads are leads that have been identified automatically by Lifecycle or by yourselves as being a potential vendor with a property to sell. You can flag a lead by clicking on the little flag right here, and that will turn that flag red. Unassigned leads are leads that have not been assigned out yet. We'll go through the process of assigning out leads in just a few minutes, but they need attention. And we have asked people in that email, those contacts, those potential applicants, we've asked them to answer some questions. When they answer those questions, they show up as verified. And those are the people that are ready to work with you. Down below is your closed leads. The exciting thing about closed leads is that you can reopen leads. So let's say a property goes into SSTC and then it comes back out of SSTC and is available again. You can reopen all of those leads and send out an email or an SMS in bulk, letting them know that the property is available and would you like to book in for a viewing. Beneath your inbox is your filter or some of your filters. You can choose your type, sales, lettings, or miscellaneous. We highly recommend you keep miscellaneous open so that you can see all of your leads that come in. Miscellaneous leads are leads that have not been clearly identified by the portals as to whether they are sales or lettings. And we see valuation requests come into there all the time. Finally, beneath that is your source, so you can filter out and just see specific leads from specific sources. Over in here, this is the person's name and whether it's sales or lettings, as well as this little dot tells you where that lead came from. Next to that is the subject, and the subject is always the address or the postcode of that address that they're interested in. Who it's been assigned to if it's been assigned, whether or not they verified or answered those questions for you. You can also click on resend to resend out that email and SMS asking them to verify. Over on the right, to the right of that is your date that we received that lead. The ability to sign out the lead, so you can assign out a lead right here to anyone in your company. And then finally the flag, so you can flag that lead. The three dots are all of your actions for that lead. So you can send them an email, send them an SMS, or close out the lead. You can also click to view the detail. One last thing is there's another filter here. You'll see I'm logged in as a company owner, and because I'm a company owner, all of my branches are listed here. If I'm not a company owner, then the branches would be listed over here in this section. You can also sort by newest or oldest and choose a particular user if you're looking at an assigned lead section or the in progress leads. Let's look at the detail of the lead. In here is all the information that you have about that particular lead, and then you can answer the questions for them if you want or resend out that email. You have the ability to action that lead out, which is sending an email or an SMS, or closing the lead entirely. Please add a note if you're on the phone with someone, because we keep track of the SMS and the email text, but of course we can't keep track of what you say on the phone. Adding a note will add it to the timeline and will allow you to keep track of what's going on with this particular lead. Now, the process we recommend for leads is this. The champion of Lifecycle or the branch managers will come in, assign out any leads. So you can pick multiple and assign out those leads to anyone in the company, and resend out anybody who is not verified. So you resend out that email or SMS. Once you've done so 3 times, you can write that person off, or you can certainly assign the lead out anyway, regardless of whether you send it, and they can be actioned out. Once you've been assigned a lead, you'll get an email notification saying you've been assigned one lead or multiple leads. And when you come through, you'll go into the My Leads section, which are the leads that are assigned to you. You'll view the detail of the lead and reach out to them either by phone, email, or SMS. Add your notes if you need to, and then leave that lead in progress until you reach that person and book in for a viewing or have the reason to close that lead. Now, when it comes to Lifecycle 2 leads, these are leads that are inquiries from your search page. So in here, there's a request details button, and when they click on that, they go into the leads and you're able to reach out to them and get them sorted. Let's go back to our tick list now. We're going to put the final tick in because we've talked about leads and adding applicants. That's the listings and leads training. If you need any further assistance, please contact us by clicking on the help button. In here are all of our help documents as well as help videos, so you'll be able to get all the help you need there. There's also this contact us button, which puts you directly in contact with us, and our team will be happy to assist you with any questions that you have. Thanks everyone. Have a great day.